In this episode, I reveal how I make another of my popular carvings. I will show you also how I do a little bit of detail around eyes and nose. It's always a good day when I get a delivery from Chainsaw Bars UK. This little Echo chainsaw is having a brand new bar and a brand new chain, because this one is old and worn out, a bit like me. Right. So, Sugihara bar. Tend to use Sugihara bars because they're just brilliant quality and they last a long time. And this one's having an Oregon chain on. It's not a chainsaw that I use as frequently as the others, but I probably will use it today. Make sure I put the chain on the right way around, because when it's going around backwards it doesn't cut very well. Good thing about Chainsaw Bars UK is they have a really good setup on their website. So you put in the type of chainsaw and then it tells you all the options of the different types of bar you can have with that, and then provides the information for the appropriate chain that goes with it and the right file kit as well for filing the chains. So really good setup, really helpful, and delivery is always super quick, within a few days, which is great when you're trying to run a business and you need this stuff without too much delay. There we go. New chain and bar on. Throw my tools on the floor. Oh. You know you're getting old when you make noises like that when you've got to bend down, don't you? Oh, flipping heck. There we go. That's a nice tension. I can see 3 of the drive links when I pull it down. So, and when you first put them on in particular, the chain will stretch a little, so I'll just have to check it after about 10 minutes of using it, because it gets hot and they do stretch and go a bit slacker, so just have to tighten up the chain on it. But that is now ready to go. I use aspen fuel. So aspen fuel is already mixed 2-stroke fuel and oil. There it is, Aspen 2. So it's a little less polluting than the stuff that you get from the petrol pump, and it's just generally better quality. It doesn't go off as quick, and it's more environmentally friendly. as per usual, locally sourced timber from my mate Jono. This is going to be a carving of another one of my more popular sculptures. An animal that we see a lot in the UK. Some love them, some hate them. So let's have a look what's hiding in this piece of timber. Okay, so that's the blocking out of this woodland creature that we also find a lot in our towns as well. I'm sure you might be able to work out what it is. It's definitely not a giraffe or a frog. Right. Right, next saw now. Going down a size or two. So using the die grinder again for the eyes to get the basic shape of the eyes, and that's quite satisfactory for doing this, but I will do a little bit more detail, which I'll show you now using the Dremel and the finger sander. And the same with the nose. That's got me the basic shape of the nose and where it's going to sit, but I will put a bit more detail into it now, rather than just a round blob on the end of his nose. So when you're this far on, that happens. So that last saw that I was using had a brand new chain on it, so it was very grippy, and it's a fairly powerful saw, and I was just doing some texture down here and it just caught the bottom of here and took the saw up. It's like a kickback, and it's sliced straight up through his bottom of his face. There's a couple of things I can possibly do with that. I can fill it and rebuild that bit and then just blend it all in, and that'll be absolutely fine. Or just kind of sack this and start again with another piece. For filming, I'm going to finish the piece off, and then it'll sit in my workshop, and I'll decide what I'm going to do with it. But it might just sit in my workshop as a memory that even professionals make mistakes. I have to say, gosh, I can't remember when I last did something like this. I think because I'm thinking about everything that's going on around me, it really doesn't happen that often, but it does happen from time to time, and you just well, nobody wants to buy one with a great big slice across its face, or maybe you do. War wounds. So we had a little bit of a mishap a little bit earlier on, which can easily happen, a little bit of kickback from the bigger saw that chopped into his face. Fortunately, when I'm making my sculptures, they all start off quite oversized. So and what that's really helpful for is if there are any errors or adjustments need to be made, because they're oversized and I take it down to the right size, it can solve little problems like that nick that went up here into the bottom of its jaw. In actual fact, you know, Foulks has got quite a slender snout and jaw, so I was able to blend that all in and into the face, which also the lower jaw and the side of his face all cuts back in anyway, and we've lost that little error. So little mistake, little lack of judgment, and it's worked out okay, and so this will turn out actually to be absolutely fine. Some people like to have this ready brown colour. Some people like to just keep it natural wood colour.
You go through quite a lot of paint.
When I'm doing stuff like this, I do. Not loads though. And some of this I'll take off as well with the wood whacker, so it won't be this solid colour that you've got here. I'm going to leave the tip because the end of the tip of a fox's tail is white. Ooh, black legs. Black legs. Them all to life. So it looks okay now, but then just this little black gloss. A little bit of black gloss, a little bit of shine, because healthy eyes glow, don't they? They sparkle. So you get a little sparkle in the eye. It's like it's bringing it to life. And I'm sure, just like your pet dog, a wet nose means a healthy fox. Up his nostril. Just highlights those bits of detail. Taking a little bit of extra time just to create the nostrils and a slightly better shape rather than just a round nose. So, normally what I do when I'm at an event is I get a child to come out of the audience, and I suppose everybody's somebody's child, aren't they? So, the very last little bit before we oil, just to bring those eyes to life even more. Take a bit of white paint, and instead of using the fluffy bit on your paintbrush, we're going to use the other end. Tania, would you like to step forward and do this extra special bit? The bit that brings the fox to life. Have you got a steady hand? See it?
Probably not.
Not a smoker. There you go. There you go. Right. If you stick that end in there, we get a little bit on there. You take hold of that.
Yeah.
And then in the top right hand corner there, you want to stick a little white dot.
There.
Yep. Perfect. That's a perfect white dot. And then we're going to do it in exactly the same place on the other eye, top right hand corner. Oh, look at that. It's a face of concentration. Because it's reflecting where the light's coming from.
That's quite good.
If you do say so yourself. Yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah. Not bad for an amateur.
Just get rid of it.
Yeah. Brilliant. Lovely. He's now come to life. She was nervous and it's okay because Rachel's doesn't know her lefts and rights either. When we're in the car and if she's driving, I'm giving directions. I have to kind of go turn right and point like in big. Yeah. What?
Did I get witness?
Why?
You two look like super dogs.
Okay, Ezekiel. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed episode 4. And as you can see, Mr. Fox is quite a popular carving for me. This is the one I made in the episode, and 2 more that are going off to new homes as well. If there's anything else that you would like to see in future episodes, please put a comment below. or send me a message. Thanks very much. To make sure you don't miss any future episodes, hit the bell icon. As they say, don't try this at home. But seriously, please don't try this at home unless you've had some proper training. Lots of accidents happen every year with chainsaws because people are not properly trained and don't understand some of the dangers. Particularly with chainsaw carvings, we make adaptations to chainsaws that are done in a safe way. And if you don't know and understand how that works, then you could end up with serious injury. What I recommend is, if there is anything that you see me doing in these episodes, that you get the proper training before you start doing some carving. Thanks very much.